Oh, it's okay. This is the next one I got here. It's YouTube's War on Older Creators by TTD, or no, TDT. Excuse me. But yeah, let's full screen it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Dude, I love Markiplier, man. You guys remember like the try not to laugh? Those were so freaking funny, man. I watched there was like 12 of them, and then he deleted some because of copyright issues. But those were so fucking funny, man. I love watching. I would watch them on repeat, dude. They're so good.
My name is Markiplier.
I miss
Everybody, my name is
Markiplier.
Markiplier.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Ben.
He also had the best microphone. His voice
If the
sounds
Markiplier
angelic.
that was making content over 10 years ago started uploading today, would he have survived as a creator?
No. The answer is no. I'm a living example. This is extremely difficult to in this day and age to. I mean, maybe with his person. I haven't watched Mark's older videos in a long time, but I remember he's like not as good as he is now, like making videos. But back then he was like, you know, kind of shy, like me. But yeah, as a person starting out in the creator space, trying to make gaming videos on a gaming channel, it is fucking difficult, to say the least. I don't know if he'd survive, to be honest. I mean, he's got a great personality, though.
As an avid Markiplier fan, YouTube
Me too.
viewer, and now a full-time creator, I believe there are 4 things about the platform that have changed drastically in its almost 20-year
Yeah, it's completely
lifespan,
different.
and it's not entirely for the better. The YouTube I grew up watching is completely changed. So much
I call it the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Ever since Mr. Beast came to power, the beast regime came to power, YouTube has changed forever. I made a video on it. You just go check it out.
much so that I believe YouTube is no longer friendly towards my childhood favorite creators' content style, and I want to examine why.
I'm pausing a ton here, and I apologize, but YouTube is no longer about you. It's about the creators. Or no, I totally messed that up. It's no longer about you. It's about the advertisers. They are catering to the advertisers because obviously they want the moolah, and so do creators too, but YouTube used to be about you, obviously, but now it's more about brand tube. It's more about getting as much money from the advertisers as possible, and the advertisers want to promote the product. They want to promote for the least amount of CPM, to be cost efficient, and creators also obviously want the opposite, to get more CPM so they can get more money, cost per 1,000 impressions or 1,000 views if you didn't know what that meant. But yeah, I have to go to my 95. I have to go to my 95. Love your streams. Thanks. Yeah.
YouTube started out as a dating website before being bought by Google in 2006.
I didn't know that. What is a date? I didn't know that, Chad. That's a dating website?
This time brought
Holy, I'm so sorry. I'm pausing so much. But dude, that caught me off guard, dude.
massive changes to the platform. Most importantly,
I didn't know
shifting
that.
it over to be an online video hosting service and, moreover,
Probably
a
good
search
move.
engine. To this day, YouTube is first and foremost a search engine,
Yep,
but
that's
it would be
correct.
hard to tell for most viewers. Most viewers nowadays will rarely interact with this fundamental feature, as most viewers watch over 90% of their content from suggestions by the algorithm.
Yeah, the
YouTube's
algorithm.
suggestion algorithm is a black box of computer-generated decisions that takes inputs from what the user clicks on, how long they watch, and how often they watch to recommend content it thinks the viewer will like. No one has been able to perfectly figure out this algorithm, and if they did,
Yeah.
they would be the most watched channel on the platform.
Trust me, dude. Trust me, guys. I've been trying to get my videos more views without, organically, obviously, not promotions, for years, 2 years now. And it's just, I don't understand the algorithm. No matter how many videos, all the YouTube gurus out there are full of shit. Don't believe any of them. Don't pay any money. Do not give any money to the gurus, okay? They're full of shit. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. They're talking out of their ass. YouTube, it's a black box, like this guy says. Nobody knows what the algorithm is, okay?
He who rules the algorithm rules the World Wide Web. Because of this ambiguity on exactly what makes the algorithm recommend video content, YouTube has had metas. A meta, or the most effective tactic available, is present in almost any sport, video game, or business, though it may not be labeled as such. Metas are the most optimal way to play in the given system. When YouTube was young, and there were less than 1 million people on the platform, subscriptions were the meta. Back in the day, having a ton of subscribers meant most of those people would actually watch practically everything you made. Why? Because the algorithm, if it could even be called that at such a prehistoric state, pushed subscriptions above all else.
Yep, that's true.
This meant that subscribing to someone was a much more personal relationship between the creator and the viewer.
That's why I like shorts content. I mean, shorts are really great for reach and getting a lot of reach, which is like the amount of people, basically what it says, it reaches people. But we call this reach in advertising. By the way, I work in advertising, so I know a little bit. But yeah, so this shorts are really great for reach, and they're really good for starting out and getting a bunch of subscribers. But those short subscribers will probably most likely not transfer to long form video views, because all they want to do is watch shorts. They just want to keep scrolling with the brain rot that is the TikTok and YouTube created. Obviously, I love all of you guys that subscribe to me from my shorts. Thank you so much. But yeah, usually I'm assuming that a lot of you won't watch a long form video as much as a short video because you like shorts more. But yeah, subscribers are just kind of like going crazy with shorts now.
Add serious weight, at least by today's standards. But YouTube realized that there was a problem. YouTube was growing rapidly. Soon, ad revenue became an incentive for many, many creators to start creating, and showing viewers the narrow slice of subscribe to channels that they had meant people weren't staying on the platform as long as Google wanted.
Yeah, YouTube if you guys don't know, YouTube prioritizes not views, they prioritize average view duration, average percent viewed of the video, more than anything, watch time hours. They want to keep people on the platform. They care about this more than actual views. How do I know this? Because I'm monetized now, and I know one of my videos that was 3 hours long, one person, dude, I got like two views on that 3 hour video, but they watched for an hour each. I got like 50 cents. And then on the shorter one that watched like 2 minutes, like 400 views on that one, I got 25 cents. A huge difference. 2 views, 50 cents versus 400 views at 25 cents. It's insane.
Slowly, it began to shift over to the meta we know it as today. Prioritizing watch time, click-through rate, with discovery being easier for new creators, even more people flooded the platform, like the California Gold Rush bite of 49. During this time of change in the early 2012s, the current veterans of YouTube gaming struck it rich. They caught the wave of change that perfectly supported what we love them for today. Personality-forward entertainment with creator recognition-focused thumbnails. With how formulaic and over-the-top most thumbnails are nowadays, this can be a bit hard to believe, but most older content was, by today's standards, boring to look at. For example, take a look at these two thumbnails. One of them is a 12-year-old Markiplier thumbnail, and the other is from a recent channel with only a few hundred subscribers. Can you tell which is which? Because there was less competition and optimization and a heavier emphasis on viewer to creator loyalty, many, like myself, found their creator and just stuck with them like they were an artist.
Honestly, I kind of like, it's a little bit different tangent, but I think that having 1,000 subscribers that all watch your videos constantly, and you have a community that really likes your content and you, is way, way, way more valuable than having 1 million subscribers that are dead and they don't watch anything. I don't think, I mean, obviously size matters, but it's better to have a community that's loyal than a huge non-loyal dead subscriber base.
Back when Mark first started, the reason you would click on his video was likely because you saw his face.
I clicked because it's Markiplier, obviously. Or PewDiePie, or whatever the heck, Jacksepticeye, whoever the hell it was. But this is a shit ass thumbnail. I mean, it's fucking terrible. What am I supposed? I can make a better thumbnail than this, but it's about him. The people want to watch him. They don't care about the thumbnail's bad. Look at Moist Critical. His thumbnails are shit, but they know that's his style, and they're gonna watch him. He gets millions of views on each video because they like his personality.
You heard good things about him from others, or you were already subscribed and watched almost everything he put out. Some of his oldest Let's Plays were simply the same thumbnail with an incremented number, and this worked. Comparing his viewership to what would have been a much smaller Markiplier, his views were incredible. Compare this to now. Try finding a smaller creator with the same upload style of old school Markiplier.
Yeah,
The game
there's a
of
lot of them out
YouTube
there.
has been optimized. The algorithm is more figured out. The meta for new channels is closer to being solved. Creators are no longer the focus, the content is. Personalities don't start channels anymore. Now
Yeah.
they just keep them alive. Have you noticed most gaming channels today typically rely on one game to make content for? The reason
Look at this shit. I mean, okay, so I know it's like the only way to get views now, but look at the thumbnails. Obviously, they got to be super vibrant. The contrasting colors, they got to be extremely high contrast, high saturation. The titles have to have all caps, exclamation points. It has to be super clickbaity, and that's what YouTube wants because they want people to click on the video and watch it. But it's just shitty thumbnails like Markiplier used to make, or still makes. Obviously, work for him now because they know people love Markiplier. But if I were to make one like that, nobody would click on my video.
is because their topic is what drives the most clicks. It's their niche. Variety and personalities struggle to survive. Why would you click on a video of someone you don't know playing a game you might not care about while someone else is claiming to have been banned from Fortnite for letting their sister play?
Look at this. God, dude. Look at this thumbnail, man. My little sister controls my Fortnite. Account has been banned. What? He's begging people to click on the video.
Likely over 70% of you watching this, in fact, don't even know who I am and probably don't care. And that's fine. But you probably do care about Mark, or at the very least you cared about this topic. That's why you're here. Again, that's okay. Personality today matters, but to get discovered, you need a good topic.
It's brutal. It's brutal out there, man. If you don't have a clickbaity thumbnail and a clickbaity title, and if your video doesn't have if you can't capture the viewer's attention in 3 seconds of the video, you're done. The YouTube algorithm is done with you. They do not care about your video. Boom, you're done. Because people have the attention span of an ant. You need to have two different videos on the same screen to keep people's attention. Also, that's why Mr. Beast is the master of retention editing, right? It's basically super fast cuts. Each clip only lasts 3 seconds max, and there's a lot of zooms in, effects, and craziness, right? That's how to keep people watching. Obviously, younger people like that more than older people, I think.
Unus Annus was a fascinating case study into what would happen if a big player in the industry like Mark started from scratch. Unus Annus was a year-long channel with daily uploads ran by Mark and Ethan. The topics ranged in variety greatly, with the central theme being, of course, the two hosts getting into shenanigans. This channel was almost entirely contrary to how second channels should be operated today. For big creators looking to start second channels, the most common advice is to not publicize it on your main channel. This may seem counterintuitive. Wouldn't you want your audience from your established channel to know about your second channel?
No, okay, usually the strat is nowadays it's actually clips, right? So when you create a second channel, usually I would have basically AugieG main channel, and then my second channel would be AugieG clips or AugieG VODs. Basically the VODs channel would have just unedited live streams. That's it. The clips channel would obviously have only shorts. That's what people do. That's how people make a lot more money than just having one more channel. They have a bunch of clips channels, or they have 3 or 4 channels, basically. Several streams of revenue.
No, not in the current YouTube meta. In the current topic-driven meta, promoting a second channel with a different main topic could hurt it.
Yeah,
let's look at this from YouTube's point of view. Assume that you made a second channel and promoted it to your 100,000 fans. Let's assume these fans liked your current channel and topic and personality, and all 100,000 of them decided to go check out the second channel to support you. The first video on the second channel does great, and this boost of viewers does wonders. but then you make a second video.
Ooh,
Now that
here it
initial
comes.
100,000 influx have to decide if they really liked that first video or if they were just here to support you. YouTube recommends that second video, but only 20,000 watch it this time. To YouTube, that's 80,000 people who didn't like the video. So why would they keep recommending a video that not even the most dedicated fans want to watch? But even in the far more unlikely scenario that all 100,000 of them watch the next video, what does YouTube know about this audience? Well, the most common data point that YouTube knows about it is that they all shared one viewer point, and that's your main channel. The data YouTube is getting is wildly confusing, contradictory, and historically, this has led to second channels quickly dying. From experience with a one-topic channel,
Yeah, not only that, but second channels and people, or they get shout-outs, right? Because, for example, you get a shout-out from Mr. Beast. Oh, I think this happened to his brother, actually. Mr. Beast gave a huge shout-out to his own brother, Mr. Bro or whatever. I don't even know if he does his channel anymore, but everybody watched like his first video. There was millions of views. Nobody watched his second video, third video. Nobody watched it because they didn't care. They just wanted to watch Mr. Beast. So in that I think Mr. Beast giving a shout out to his own brother actually hurt his own brother more than not shouting him out. I think he would have been better off with just starting by himself without a shout out from Mr. Beast, because that basically killed his channel. Because in YouTube's eyes, it's all about the numbers. It's like, okay, this guy had 4 million views on the first video. Now he has 100,000 views on the second video. What the fuck happened? Obviously, YouTube's going to be like, what the heck? That's going to be a huge red flag in YouTube's eyes, and they're not going to promote the Mr. Bros videos anymore. It's a sad reality. Also, another point, I don't know if he's going to mention this, but I wanted to mention this myself. I think small creators, like myself included, kind of get really hard. It's really hard for them to start out nowadays because there's a bias on YouTube, basically. A view bias. I don't know. There's a specific word for it that I learned recently, but there's a bias on YouTube where YouTube will show a video, like it could be the best video in the world, the best editing, the best title, the thumbnail, the best content, and everybody would love it. But the thing has like 2 views because it's the new channel, right? It's got 2 views, 10 views, 20 views, even 100 views. People will not click on that video because lower views in the viewer's mind, lower views equals bad content. And there's a huge viewer bias there, I think. And I think YouTube needs to do something about that because it really hurts small creators, including myself. Like people don't want to click on my video even though it's like good. I mean, I think it's good, but even if it is a really good video, they won't click on it because, oh, this guy's only 10 views. Skip. We'll go to the one with a 4 million views. That's a known creator, right?
Being Destiny 2, I can tell you from insider experience, almost every major Destiny 2 creator has a side channel they made that you never found out about. Why? Because today it is far more effective to let YouTube grow your channel naturally from the ground up around the topics
exactly what I was
of
saying.
that channel than to rely on personality and viewership relationships to carry your viewership. I love doing this honest, but part of me wonders if no one knew who Mark was, would it have been as successful to get even a quarter of its views? Regardless of what the video was titled, Mark was the actual topic.
Yeah.
A topic only possible because of Mark's legendary and well-deserved status. But all of these changes are mostly better for you, the viewer, because as competition ramps up, so does production quality.
Cost of entry, chapter 3.
Because YouTube isn't this small side project of Google anymore, because hundreds of millions of creators are making hundreds of millions of dollars with over 500 hours of videos being uploaded to YouTube every minute, competition for clicks is far more intense than ever before.
Competition is insane, man. And yeah, Google here, the Googleification of YouTube. I think that's when YouTube basically stopped being about you and it started being more about brands and advertisers, is when it was bought by Google. Because Google is all about getting that moolah from the advertisers, and the advertisers want some place to put their ads on so they can get more money from people buying their products. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, because we can get monetized now. I get monetized even though it's very little, but I still get money for the views I get. So it's like a win-win basically. and actually the creator gets a bigger cut than YouTube. But I think when Google bought YouTube, I think that was pretty much the end.
Competitive, your videos must be the most watchable thing on the platform.
Yeah.
Looking back at his older content and seeing practically zero editing or thumbnail art is an astonishing contrast to most successful starting channels today. And
that would never,
dude,
this would never fly today. If I were to make this, I'd get like 1 view on each. Not even, I get no views because nobody knows who I am. It just wouldn't work.
Mark and other veteran giants on the platform are statistical oddities. The cost of production on their videos are minimal. Most other large channels, gaming or not, employ multiple editors, artists, and writers to make their videos. While I'm of course speculating, channels like Mark seem to make use of maybe 1.5 people at most. For these legends, their cost of production is primarily their seniority.
Gotta get rid of the ad. Voice crack.
Channels that grab traction on this platform today tend to have teams of a few handfuls of people. Often, these people have full-time salaries because of their creator's channel. Ultimately, this has been great for the viewer. Well-produced videos are far more common and easy to find than ever.
That's why Mr. Beast keeps winning, because he has like a crew of 100 million people at his side that he pays, because he's got so many editors. And when people are starting out like myself, it's just really difficult to keep up with everything because, I mean, obviously the famous people now, they have money so they can pay for editors. But people like myself who are just starting out, they got to edit everything by themselves. Obviously, when the famous people now, when they first started, they had to edit everything themselves too. But that, you know, I mean, that was back in the day when it was more about the creator and it was not about the brands.
Before, and many people, myself included, have been able to make this dream of content creation a reality. But I can't help but feel something was lost in the process.
Something's missing.
Part of me feels like the aspects I love about Mark and other older channels like his would never make it today because of all these changes. I feel that some will never get to experience the subtle things that made these older channels
Who are these weird old people?
And thankfully what
What
they
is this
still
video?
are today. One of my favorite channels growing up was one by the name of Mr. Fruit. He started playing Destiny right when it first came out, and thankfully right when I got access to the internet regularly. While Fruit never got as massive as Markiplier, he was certainly successful in amassing over 2 million subscribers.
That's huge.
Through his roughly 9 years on the platform. Mr. Fruit's Prime perfectly took advantage of that transition from personality to topic. His editing was more involved and topic-driven than Mark's, as he often focused his titles to whatever the game he was playing was, but it was still Mr. Fruit above all else. He could practically upload whenever he wanted, and it would work because people loved Mr. Fruit. But today, Mr. Fruit is still Mr. Fruit. But it feels like the world changed around him. Markiplier is in a similar boat. Compared to a subscriber count,
sad, man.
His views are small.
Oh yeah, dude.
Maybe I'm old.
Look at this. Okay, let me bring out a calculator to show you guys this. Okay, so we got 1.7 million views versus 37 million subscribers. So we do 1.7 million divided by 37 million. Which is basically going to give us a rough engagement rate equals. Okay, now we times 100 to get the percent. So that is a 4.6% engagement rate basically from this video, as opposed to a lot of the subscribers basically are dead. They don't watch this content. So basically, if you were to just a cool little experiment here, let's bring this back to the decimal. Now we're going to times this by the amount of subscribers that oops, I messed that up. We're going to times this by the number of subscribers that I currently have, which is 1,420. And this is basically going to give us a number similar, like if he gets 1.7 million views on a video with 37 million subscribers, how many views am I going to get on a video with his same engagement rate with my 1420 subscribers? So, boom, 65 views. This video for Markiplier and his size If it's a lot of views, 1.7 million views, but if you were to bring it down, this is the exact same equation. Bring it to the scale of my channel size. That's the equivalent of me getting 65 views on a video with 1,420 subscribers. That's very little engagement rate. If Markiplier had 1,420 subscribers, this would have been 65 views, basically. A very rough estimate, but yeah, that's basically kind of how it works.
But I like watching creators for who they are. But I don't think YouTube and most of the growing audience agrees with me. It hurts me inside seeing some of my favorite people, the people I watched and idolized growing up, struggle to find the same success as when I initially found them. Yeah, man, it's sad. People will come and go, but it feels like YouTube cheated them in some way, even though I know it hasn't.
YouTube went for the money.
YouTube didn't change. Maybe the world did. Younger fans grew up, and new fans took their place. Fans that had different tastes. Not wrong tastes, just different. Even myself, I went to college, started studying for my degree, and had to prioritize my time. I put down YouTube for a few years, and when I came back, it was like going back to your hometown and finding that your favorite mall had shut down.
Yeah.
It just isn't the same. The community feeling of YouTube is gone, or at the very least, withered. The meta, however, remains.
God, look at those thumbnails.
But if I take a step back, most of this seems to be more of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Chapter 4, Shoulders of Giants.
RT Game, Maxor, Alpharad, Zanny, and now Pirate Software. All these channels are very different from each other, but they all started from the same points of influence. Massive, successful channels of today were grown out of the influence of channels from yesterday. Like I said, YouTube has a meta, and those who find it are copied. Look at what people refer to as the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. At the end of the day, every channel wants to find...
That's what I said at the beginning. I said Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Holy heck, wait, let me go back.
That's the Mr. Beastification of YouTube.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, every channel wants to find success. I'm sure
I look at those thumbnails.
Everyone running a channel when I say, this is a dream job. I love this.
It is.
And I would do almost anything to keep it going, even if it means following.
I love doing YouTube and Twitch. I have very low view count, but I love doing it. It doesn't matter to me. I want to build a community, and I have 1,420 subscribers. That's really good. I love it. I love all you guys. And it's just, I really like doing it. You got to like doing it. If you don't like doing it, then it's not worth it, and you're going to be miserable.
Following a trend for a few years. Channels like Mark's blazed a trail that others could follow, and many did. The market was then flooded. Where we are today is because we all stand on the shoulders of the same giants. YouTube is guided by the wants of the people watching it. What's success?
By the way, did you know Markiplier's from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is actually where I'm from too? I didn't know that until I researched it recently. But Markiplier, we grew up in the same school, or not the same school, but we grew up in the same city, Cincinnati, Ohio, baby. Yeah, Mark, shout out to you if you ever watch this video, if you ever find it. Cincinnati bros.
Is what people...
iShowSpeed too. I heard iShowSpeed grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio too. Just a fun side fact.
Want to watch. And with a million more creators on the platform every year, it's almost impossible for there not to be a community that resonates uniquely with you today. But part of me hopes we could go back to the good old days. Yeah. The days when everyone wasn't trying to arrest your attention or bait your click. The days when personality drove watch time above all else. When the topic was the creator, the person. With how much YouTube is dictated by the will of its viewers, we may one day return to that. But for now,
maybe.
Relish those silly memories from your favorite creators in the days gone past. Maybe go watch some of their older work and appreciate the history it provides. And thank you to all the creators whose shoulders I stand on today. You were my best times, our best times. And thank you for giving me a chance to potentially be that for you. Bless your faces, and deuces.
Good video. I mean, yeah, man. Amen, brother. Basically, I mean, why do you think I started YouTube? Obviously, because I was inspired by other people. Moist Critical, PewDiePie, CDogVA, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even Queso. I love Queso. I watch him every night. That's why I started YouTube. I really wanted to do what they did. Yeah. But really good video, guys. YouTube's War on Older Creators by TDT. I'm going to link the video in the description below. Also going to link to his channel. Really amazing video. Go make sure to go subscribe to him and show your support. Give him a like on the video. I'm not logged in. But go subscribe and give him a like. And yeah.